Hey guys, welcome to another recap of Dancing with the Stars. We're down to the final 5 now. This week is the dreaded instant dance, which really isn't so instant when you think about it. When you go to a real ballroom competition, you don't hear the music until you're actually on the floor ready to dance. So I guess this is the best that they could do, celebrity compromising. It's still not instant. I would call it semi-instant. Alright, so Chelsea and Mark were the first couple to perform, and they did a waltz. And how many people noticed Casey Abrams in the audience? Do you think he's scouting out Chelsea? Could be. Maybe he was just happy to be there. I don't know. She told Mark to cool it with his tude, and Mark pretty much agreed. He can be a little bit of a hothead. I mean, he's a young male, so he's got that testosterone going. Len, after they danced, made a big stink about they put too much emphasis on the story. Really? Because this isn't really a dance competition. It's more of an entertainment competition and a popularity contest. So WTF, Len, really. I love this dance. I thought it was amazing. I love the whole story of how they were like washed up on the beach, and he brought her back to life, and he sacrificed his own life for her. It was really romantic, and the dance was really good. It really should have been a 30, but Len was the only stinker that gave them a 9, and it ended up being a 29. Alright, so let's talk about their instant dance. It was To Get Busy by Sean Paul, and they had to do a salsa. And I thought that this was pretty phenomenal. I mean, Mark pulled out the short pants. You don't usually do that unless you mean business. I thought it was the best instant dance of the night. There was no filler. I think Carrie Ann is delusional. She was all like, "Ah, you're not connected to the music. I'm so sorry." Really, Carrie Ann? She gave it an 8. 26 for that dance. So that means they have a total of 55, which puts them in first place for the night. But still, I think they really got robbed big time. Hines and Kim are the next couple we're going to talk about. They did their foxtrot, and they were totally creeping on Ralph. They were watching, old videos of him doing his foxtrot and everything. You know what, Hines? It was very good, but something about you when you dance all the time is very stiff in your legs. It was par for the course for me. You ended up with a 28, which I thought was pretty generous. And then Len made a whole big stink about how he loved the cheesy factor in it. After you just told Mark and Chelsea that you didn't like too much story. Oh, but cheese is okay? I mean, it's ridiculous, the double standard, triple standard, quadruple standard the judges have. It's not right. So their instant dance was Chantilly Lace by Jerry Lee Lewis, the Jerry Lee Lewis version, which the band did not really sound like. Alright, so they had a jive. It was chunky, it was clunky in spots, but it was okay. They ended up with a 26, so that puts them in second place for the night at 54. Alright, Romeo and Chelsea are the next couple. They started off with a tango. First of all, we had to endure a really bad Britney cover. Really bad. Then they were dancing in this semi-darkness, and he had on a black suit, and it was really hard to see what was going on, waist down. The dance was okay. I was a little bit nonplussed, though, with the whole connection between the two of them. I mean, I guess he had some intensity. I just wasn't feeling the chemistry between them in this dance. I mean, I have felt it in the past. I really didn't think it was as good as the judges were making it out to be. And I'm really tired of Len giving everyone the same score. He gave every single dance tonight a 9 except for Ralph's 2 dances. How can that possibly be, Len? You should really look at that. So they got 3 9s for that one for a score of 27. Then their instant dance was to Tequila. And did that really say Xavier Cugat? Oh my God, I haven't heard that name in years. They did a salsa, and it kind of went all wonky near the end, but that's okay. They're not Chelsea and Mark. Let's give them some good scores. So they ended up with a 25, so they have a 52 for the night. All right, now poor Ralph and Karina. They were doing a Viennese waltz, but he is injured. He hurt the back of his, I guess it's part of his hamstring or near his hamstring behind his knee. It's very painful, and the pain is very acute. It's like getting stabbed with a knife, so he is a real trooper for even trying to continue. He pulled out the guy liner, and that's always a plus, especially for me. Considering what the backstory is with the only having 9 hours of rehearsal time instead of the usual 40, and he's just such a trooper, and the judges totally took a dump on him. He even pulled out the creeper stare at the end. He gave him one of these, and he held it for a long time. So that was priceless. They ended up with a 25. That was kind of harsh, I think, because I didn't think the dance was that bad. All right, then their instant dance was stuck in the middle, which they had no time to rehearse at all because he was injured. And that was by Steeler's Wheel. And it was a cha-cha. Again, considering the lack of rehearsal time, which the judges would not take into consideration, and his injury, I thought he rocked it, but they gave him a 21. I mean, he did the best he could with what he was working with. They should judge it on a curve as far as that goes, but no. So unless they pull a miracle out of their asses, I think he's going home tomorrow, because they ended up with a 46. 21 for that dance, plus the 25 for the regular dance is 46. Closing the show, Kirsty and Max. Now I want to call her Christy all the time because I thought I heard Brooke call her that. Argentine tango. There was a few lifts. There was some walking. I wanted more dancing, though. I mean, I thought it was a little bit light on the dancing. And the judges were going nuts for it. I think the good news here is that she finally figured out what she needs to do to start losing weight, and that's stop eating. Because everybody knows when you stop eating, your ass will eat itself. Smart. All right, so they ended up with a 28. I thought the judges were overly generous. Overly generous. Did I happen to mention they were overly generous? Alright, so their instant dance was to the song Cobra Style. I didn't see who wrote it because she had her fingers all over it. Alright, so it was a salsa. It was okay, but it was slow as hell. It was so dumbed down. It was painful. And then she had a potty mouth, too, after they critiqued her. Good thing that somebody had their finger on the 7-second delay. They ended up with a 25 for that one, so 53 for the night. They're out of the danger zone unless, like, a whole army of people vote for Ralph and Karina. Tomorrow, Adele and Michael Bolton. What a couple. I hope they're not doing any duets. And Dance Center, because they do it every year. All right, kids, till tomorrow. Much love.